Yeah, it's my man Deezy Diablo. We got him right here, right now on DTongRadio. Appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't been here before, we've got the best independent music artists right here on DTongRadio. My man Deezy Diablo. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, homie? How you doing, DTong?
Fabulous, man. I appreciate you taking the time out right here to come on DTongRadio, do this interview, talk about you, your music, what you're doing, because one reason why you're on here, man, you've got grind like me, just like that song, Still Dripping Mud on the Grind. You could talk about that a little bit, introduce yourself, tell people where you're from. The mic is yours.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. Man, I appreciate you, man. First off, appreciate all the sponsors, DTong and everybody who got me. I mean, man, we just gonna keep it real, bro. I'm from Dade County. You already know DTong. You know me, but they don't know me, so I'm gonna give them a little bit about it. I'm from Dade County, man. You know where I'm from. And I'm up in Atlanta. That's where I live at. You know what I'm saying? So we grind anywhere, Drop me off in Afghanistan, and I'm going to teach them how to speak English for some change. You know how we do. We grinders, man. That's what we do, man. I mean, from coming up as a jit, just pretty much, how we live, had to get it from the mud, had to get it out the mud, you know what I'm saying? Education and all this different stuff, things that all the different things was going against you when shit be going against you in a way, you know what I'm saying? But you overcome it, you know what I'm saying? You don't let nothing take you to a darker side. It leads you see brighter day, you know what I'm saying? So when you see a brighter day, you do better shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I could say that, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. No, that makes plenty of sense to me and everybody listening, I'm sure, because you got to put in the work. You're basically what they tell you, you're going to get what you give in. If you're going to put in that work, you're going to get it back. You're going to get your rewards. You're going to get what God really intended for you. And at the same time, if something like music follows you and that's your passion, it's hard to deny it. You got to pursue it.
It's going to always be there. It's going to always be there. It's going to always be, pretty much coming up, man, MTV, everything, man, as a kid, watching TV, admiring everybody else and listening to the other rappers that was out on the radio and everywhere else on TV and listening to them. But then after a while, I realized I stopped admiring them and you know what I'm saying, and trying to emulate them, then becoming more of my own, you know what I'm saying, and like learning from them pretty much, like, you know what I'm saying, using them as like a template, you see what I'm saying, and then picking up my own way, you know what I'm saying, because I didn't even know I was a music person, but that's what just happened, you know what I'm saying, it's like just listening to the greats and listening to people do their thing, is like, it rubbed off, you know what I'm saying, I never knew I liked the music like that, you know what I'm saying, but it just kicked in when we was kids, and we were always rapping, you know what I'm saying, I did a couple of things, like when I was like, I think first grade, I sung on stage, I think I did Whitney Houston's song with Children of Our Future, you know what I'm saying? That teach them well and let them. I think I sung that as a little kid, first grade. Like, if I ever go famous, which they say, a lot of people say that may happen, but if that ever happens, somebody gonna pop out of nowhere with a video of me singing in elementary.
Well, that's one thing is that you never know where.
I feel like that's gonna happen, man.
Well, that's the sources, because you got a lot of kids that, whether they have videos of playing sports or videos of them in plays, it's something that you do develop kind of as a kid. It's kind of ingrained into you, like what kind of music you're going to like, listen to, enjoy, or even have it as a part of your life that might intrigue you to really want to, do something special, but also do your own thing. Like you said, you're kind of a sum of all those rappers and hip hop artists and singers and musicians that you've listened to, that you decided, I want to do my own thing in my own way. And that's what you do have, is you have a extremely unique delivery way and recognizable way. It's almost branded in a way that that's got to be Deezy Diablo right there, man. Like, I don't recognize that voice anywhere else. That's Deezy Diablo's voice. There's no doubt about it.
Who I am, who I be, man. You already know who I am, who I be. I appreciate that. That's my trademark right there. Who I am, who I be, man.
Let's talk a little bit about Deezy Diablo, the name in itself. Like, what brought you on that? How was that created? Was it something that, was just out of the mind?
I had a lot of different names, brother. I had a lot of different names. It was like alter egos and certain stuff was going on in life. And, when I was doing my rapping and doing my music, putting out mixtapes and putting out songs, and, before I even knew about publishing, we was just still putting out music, and we was known around the hood and known around neighborhood, known around, wherever area we was at, you know what I'm saying? We frequented, and we also sold CDs at stores, and they knew me for, MIATL Shawty. They knew me for, DJ Deezy. They knew me for all kind of stuff until I locked in on Deezy Diablo when I was dealing with a group. It was like Rock Mob. I never signed any paperwork with them, but we were just good people, my partner, them, and I hung out. You know how we do. It's like the roadie that had all the goodies. You know what I'm saying? I'm the roadie that had all the goodies, and I also knew how to work the camera, and I also knew how to work the stage. So, I was one of them people that was always good to have around. And it was like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. One day we was talking about the Lamborghinis, and we was somewhere. I don't think it was in Washington. And one of my partners said something to me about what kind of whips he was like. I was like, man, I like a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? He just asked me that out of nowhere, and I was like, shit. Like he's like, what the Grotto, this and this, that. And I'm like, nah, the Diablo. You know what I'm talking about? The little thing, 2-seater. You know what I'm talking about? Little boom boom 2-door. You know what I'm saying? Telling him that, and he was like, Deezy Diablo. Just started tripping. He said, you know what? And you know it fits so much. I was like, why? He said, because you rap fast. Yeah. I was like, man, you know what? Yeah, you know what? That's funny. So we just tripping off it. And my homie straight drop. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rock Mom, man. Good people, man. Them boys, you know, I hung out with them boys. We, you know, learned a couple of things from the business about them boys. Learned a lot of things about the business from them boys, you know. And that's where that pretty much came from, Deezy Diablo, pretty much. I mean, I just stuck with it, boss.
So if you search Deezy Diablo on any platform or, you know, in through, you know, music platforms as well, there's only one, you know, so you can't mistake it, which is also something that, you know, is common amongst, you know, me promoting a lot of independent music artists. Sometimes there's common names. Sometimes you have, you know, certain artists that they haven't branded themselves or have different things spread across different platforms where it's not, you know, it's different to find. Like they got some unique name on social media that's not coinciding with their name on the music platforms. And it's a little difficult, but that's what I like about you is that you spread it out and keep it branded. Talk a little bit about that, you know, and like what you're trying to do as far as branding and keep it recognizable, but also the time and energy it takes as an independent music artist to get all that out there and be, you know, your own social media manager.
Honest, man, DEEZYDIABLO. That's me. I put that down, man. I mean, I got a lot of different people who, you know, that tell me, hey, man, keep doing your thing. And I got a lot of people that support and everything. And they buy my music. I got different kind of people. When I check my stats, I got folks who listen to my music across the water, you know what I'm saying? Let's say across the pond, even up in Canada, different places. But not to be funny or not trying to brag and none of that other stuff. I mean, you know, I wear a lot of hats. If I can explain it like that, I wear a lot of hats, man. I mean, shit. I ain't afraid to try on another hat. You know what I'm saying? And I've been like that since I was a kid. And I put on a hat, and when I wear the hat, you know, I do the job. You see what I'm saying?
Well, and then better understanding what's going on too. I mean, if you know what's going on, you want to try to implement it yourself, and then maybe even pass that on to other artists that you get introduced to. They're looking for help, you know, and so you can kind of be that, you know, middle-man of knowledge that could help somebody else too. You know, so you
any
take that
other
out,
artists want to speak to me, man. I mean, honestly, man, I'm always here to holler at me. I'm on all the social media sites, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything, man. And I'm always out here because we always getting it. We always grinding. I always pass this on because I feel like knowledge is power. And you know what I'm saying? Why would I want to hold that power? I don't want all the power. Only a fool would want all the power.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
No, give everybody some power, you know, and yeah, exactly.
Spread the power. That thing around, man. Let's spread that thing around, man, because at the end of the day, it's enough for everybody. It's enough for everybody, man. And I ain't never had the mentality that I'm gonna just try to get it all like Pokemon, try to catch them all. Like I kind of liked the TV show when we was jits and all that shit, and I watch people watch that shit and they play the game, but like, nigga, we ain't, you know, catch them all, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Like, no, absolutely. You want to get your audience. You want people to, but you also understand that there's other people out there that do what you do.
Just do your thing. Yeah, just do your thing. Yeah. And they will go, they gonna come. If you be you and do your thing, your group and your audience and your people gonna come and they're gonna be faithful, man. These folks might ride with you for 20, 30 years. I don't care what you drop. They fucking with it because you did your thing and they liked it you for you. Not because you switch up every fucking trend or you got on tight pants this week. Now you saying fuck tight pants next week. It's like, come on, dog. You do you, dog. And I feel like it's going to go far. And I've been told that by some of the most, I'm talking about successful people when I move. You know, I own a movie coming too also, man. You know, I'm a hustler. I own a movie.
Well, when you said you were out there selling CDs, I know. I mean, that's something that not everybody was doing when they should have been doing it. And now it might be time to do it again. I mean, I know a couple artists that are doing it now and they're doing it in a unique way, is that they're still getting out hard copies because bottom line is people still have CDs, but it's also more of a kind of a personal thing. It's an item. It's a gift. It's something that you can give to people. It's, you know, it's tangible to where these days it's all digital. So you really have to put a lot of value into your music and into your words.
Yeah. That comes back to getting those USB packages. Like they also got those USB packages where you can get your music put on a USB and you can sell them to USB. Just give them a USB with your whole album on it, but you sold it to them. You see what I'm saying? Boom. And you can count that as that's a sale. You see what I'm saying?
Go to a lot of marketing sites these days, and you can get those for $1 a piece, you know, to where and engraved with your name on it and with the name of the album on it.
Like you said, something tangible, something they can touch, something they can feel. Like everybody likes that, man. I mean, and at the end of the day, man, we out here. Once you networking with the people, that's what you're doing. But honestly, brother, I'm not gonna sit here and just tell you nothing that they just want to hear, because honestly, with me, I know I got a feeling what it takes to make it all the way. But brother, I've been busy, bro. I got a lot going on. I got family, you know what I'm saying? And it's like my life, you know, I never let my life or my grind, like, you know what I'm saying, not grind, but the music, you know what I'm saying? And my music is always there, but I never let it, like, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, outrule something where I'm gonna be broke and my people gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, of course not, because that's a life of independent music artists. It's a life of a, you know, part-time actor, commercial actor. There's a lot of people that, you know, have passions on things that they understand that they can't do it full time, or it's not the time for full time. You know, it's not always time for full time of dreams and goals, because you have responsibilities, you have kids, you have things you got to take care of. But then also, once you start building a business, you have other people that you're responsible for.
Right. That's man. And that comes back to all that, man. So it's like structuring that and just getting back to doing this business and doing the music. And this is a business. Music is a business. Music is the hustle. You already know this is a hustle, baby.
Right.
And absolutely. I promise you, man, I want to give it my 150%. Is just crazy how when I get into this music business, it's kind of, you know, I don't know, man. You see you lighting your dogs, just like with colors if you start painting. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You got your light dogs, and it's like, it's how you see it. You know, you got your grays. If you're a gray area person, you're a gray area person. What you got to just figure out and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it all even worth it?
Right. Well, and that's why a lot of, you know, music artists you got those dreams young. You get out there, you got the energy. You got to do it when you're young, because as you get older, you don't have that same energy to want to go out and play, or you have different views, different perceptions on things. A lot of people that, you know, as you get older, you start just to do it for the passion of it, just because you love making music. And if you get a group of people that want to listen to it and they share it with some people, that's really gives you that joy of what you created, because it is art. You know, like we talk about, music is art. And so a lot of people get different perceptions out of the same song, just like a wall art, or just like a painting, or just like a sculpture. You know, there's a lot of things that portrays in music. And so that's one thing that you can get to, is people that relate to you, or people that you never met before that you network with, that just the only reason you met is through your music.
And also it's another thing. Look, cause you know, in our head, I don't know how everybody play it, but I know how I play it. I got a couple people living up here in my dome. And I got a couple people up there. Now I let them all get the podium at will. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we tell some others to sit down because they don't need to be talking. But right about now, I also want to say, like, pretty much when people do the music thing, bro, I don't know, man. You gotta let go of a lot of other things, man. You gotta let go of a lot of other things and just jump right into it and just, you know what I'm saying? Get on the road, do shows. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to do that again too. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Honestly, I want to do that again, but what motivates me is the music I've been hearing. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know all the stuff I do know, is the music I've been hearing. It motivates me into trying to get back into it, because I'm like, man, what is this garbage sometimes? I mean, I could say that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, because you know you have more talent, more to give, and you're like, I need to put something out, because what I'm hearing right now shouldn't be out.
Man, yeah. I mean, am I wrong? But that's sometimes that shit, that motivate me too. I'm like, but what these folks doing, man? What they allowing, man?
I want to help some of these artists, but it's like, man, I don't want to promote that, you know, certain messages or certain music or even certain vibes. What's crazy is if you did promote that, though, you know what's crazy? If you did promote it, and if I did start doing that kind of music, you know what happened? We taking off. You see what I'm saying? That's the part that we trying to change by being independent, that nobody can control, you see what I'm saying, what we trying to put out. You see what I'm saying? No, that's when you independent style, and it's your way, and nobody can control it and tell you how to do it. You're not a puppet. You're kind of your own creator, and then you can't do that with a true artist. You know, you can't mold an artist. An artist has to be the artist, and has to do that. Like you said, you got to just let the artist go.
Right. It's like if I come to a fork in the road, DTong, this type of person I am, is like fork in the road. I'm not gonna go neither left or right, brother. I'm gonna pull out my machete and I'm gonna cut right up the middle, because I can't tell you what's down either one of those roads. You heard me? But I promise you, this road I'm about to cut with this machete, this little pathway I'm about to cut with this machete. Not only I can tell you that it's safe, uncharted.
That's what I'm like too, man. I want to do what everybody else is doing.
Tell them, and I can also tell them that this road is safe. It ain't got all them booby traps down there where you gotta jump this hurdle to get this award. You gotta do this, that to get this, that, and you gotta no. Listen, man, it's just if you be you, walk this road right here. Right. You might have to pull out your own machete and recarve it as you go because the shit overgrowth does happen. You see what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of people realize that when they're too deep into the other way. And they're like, wait a minute. And then they step back. Some people get lost. Some people just stay in it. But at the same time, it's usually a lesson.
That's right.
You know what? Let's stop talking. Let's get into some music. We can talk in a little bit, my man. We got a song right here. Got Us Fucked Up. GUFU. I want you to talk a little bit about it as we lead into it. We're going to play it. Come back and talk some more. Deezy Diablo. It's your turn.
Let's go, man. You already know, man. Goofu, man. It's got us fucked up, man. Anybody who didn't think we can do it and how we do it and when we do it, they telling us what to do when we do.
If you want to get your track played and promoted on DTongRadio and through the DTongRadio podcast network, send it to DTongRadio@live.com or get guaranteed song play and promotion at fiverr.com/DTongSports, fiverr.com/DTongSports. Back to the interview with Deezy Diablo. My man, Deezy Diablo. They don't got us fucked up. They're checking us out right now on DTong Radio, anytime, anywhere, any device, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, Soundcloud, broadcasting all over the universe. If you're just getting here, we got my man Deezy Diablo live right here on DTong Radio, chatting it up, talking it up, getting into some great conversations, and we've got some more for you coming up right now, so make sure you stay tuned and find him on your favorite platforms. Where's your music located? Where can they find you?
Man, y'all can find me everywhere, man. Spotify, iTunes, man, Apple Music, whatever you use, YouTube, you already know, man. We on iHeartRadios, man. We on everything, man. All streaming platforms out there, man. Go get me. DEEZY DIABLO. DEEZY DIABLO. Let's get it.
Out Miami. So anyway, here's what we got. I want maybe some advice for some independent music artists that don't have the experience, maybe only got a couple songs out that, you're putting together your own tracks. You're doing a lot of the work yourself. And so, how did you learn about that? Was it just self-taught? Did you read some books? Did you, what kind of things did you have to do yourself and be self-educated in order to produce the music you're putting out?
Honestly, man, it's like you said, self-taught pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I go to school, I'll be polished up. We're gonna get it better. Get some more schooling, get some real schooling in behind me. We can make it happen. But other than that, I just learned it from just trying to grind, getting money. I was recording people, so you know what I'm saying. I was getting paid to record people at an early age before I even was in the big studios recording people. You see what I'm saying? I was doing that shit at my crib, so it was like. Shit, out the crib, I was doing what I do, plus recording people. So when I record you got to pay. The light bill wasn't free. You know what I'm saying? And the first person showed me that was my baby mama. She told me I was a real life, man. Y'all doing what y'all do, but this shit ain't free. You know what I'm saying? Everybody pulling up here. This ain't the spotlight. I feel you. Like, I ain't never looked at it like that. Then I'm hearing her, but shit, this shit started making sense. That's somebody who always showed me what time it was. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, back there. Yeah. I was like, okay, bet. So I started charging them niggas. I said, man, y'all niggas gotta look, dog, this light bill shit ain't free. Same shit she said to me. Hey, I said, they're like, dog, we don't mind paying because what you do and what you offer, motherfuckers they've been charging people for this shit. I was like, okay, bet. And there we go. I started, you know what I'm saying, getting, better with the recording and everything and learning more about frequencies and sound and all the different stuff and latency and all this different stuff and just learning how to tweak your voice and your chorus, your reverbs and all this different stuff without actually going to school and learning what the actual meaning of it was. You know what I'm saying? I got onto
a lot of that is just somebody else guiding you or showing you how to do it. That's what a lot of people realize about school is that you can show yourself.
My
and develop your own sound.
Right. I'm totally agreeing
with that. Pre-programmed sound that sounds like, you went to school, because sometimes you don't always want that. You want something that you recognize that like this, the streets are going to like this. You don't always get that in school. Like, hey, we're going to get you something here that the streets are going to love.
Right. See what I'm saying? It's like the streets ain't gonna love it unless you coming from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what's up? They're gonna find out it was a fraud. If it ain't, you know how I go and none of that, man, this is real deal. This is from the heart. When I do the music, I'm from the heart. I know how to produce. I started out making beats, man. Like all the music I was doing and the crew was doing was called Bottom Boy Productions. We was down in Melbourne, Florida, and we was doing the music and we was putting out a lot of stuff. We had the kids on beachside, like Satellite Beach and stuff, playing our music and everything, yo. And it was like we was putting this shit out in like the CDs. We was wrapping them in paper and printing them shits on the printer, like on one part of the paper and folding it to that part of the paper is just the only part showing, and put a piece of tape across the back of that bitch and sell it for $8. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you can get that and something else. So I'm gonna just leave that alone. But
right, of course. Well,
we were selling our CDs, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll pull up sometime down south. We heard people bumping our music, and I hear the beats like doom doom doom. Recently, I found a CD.
Like I know that song. Hold on, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yes, dog. And look, bro, we heard them playing our music. We're like, dog, this is crazy. They playing our shit, and we don't even remember selling the CD, but they got it. So at the end of the day, it was like, you know, we learned that if you do the music, like you feel the dreams, and you build it, they will come. You just got to put in the work, man. You know?
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing is like, it's one of those situations where if I hear a song that I play on the show, you know, or something like that somewhere, I'm like, oh man, I played that on the show. Holy cow, it's on the radio or something like that. You know, kind of exciting in a way, like more people are listening to it. I love it. And now more people get to love it too. And that's really, it's all about is just networking out that great music and good sounds for other people and good vibes for other people to check out as well.
Right. And that's pretty much how I go, man. And I started doing the beats and everything and did some more beats for other people. Started doing people, they call me DJ Deezy and all that. You know, I did a couple of shows for folks and everything. You know, this was stuff, producing. And then I was still rapping always. They never stopped rapping. And then I messed around and just, you know, changed it up where we moved back up to ATL, and, you know, I got into some more trouble, had to answer to a couple of things I was on the run for or whatever. So once I got all that stuff off my back, you know what I'm saying, I was able to tighten up, you know what I'm saying, and get things together, you know, start working, still doing music, you know, still grinding. But it changed up to where I was doing less producing and trying to get beats from people later on, you see what I'm saying, where I was, my partner from England, he was in Miami, but he got kicked out when we was kids, so he's got something back to England. He's originally from England. So he's somebody he's done, like, he did Still Tripping Mud on the Grind beat.
Oh, really? Nice.
My boy Dean, that's who made that beat. He's over in England. So he got YBR, that's Your Blood Records. They got that. They just opened that up. Shout out to my boy. You already know. Your Blood Records over there in England, London. You know what I'm saying? UK. If I don't get it right. You know, it's
one of them. It's got to be one of them. Yeah,
man. Yeah,
find out which one. We'll edit it out and get the right one in there for you.
Look, they over there throwing them pink and purple stacks. So y'all know if y'all throwing them pink and purple stacks, that's their money, man. That's what they doing over there. So
like our green, they're pink and purples.
You already know. And our blue, you know, the new blues we got too. So you know how I go, righteous. So they got the pink and purple over there. And my dog, he made that beat, and he also made the 2018. He made that beat. He made a couple more beats, man. And you know, I get my beats from my friends now. You know, like I let them do a little work. The last beat I did actually was Day by Day. That's one of the last beats that I did that I put out, and everything was the Day by Day song. I released that, I think maybe. Was it 2018? I had to check. I think it was 2018 at the last little bit.
It was fast, man. You were putting them out quick for a minute, and we were trying to keep up.
Yeah, that was that last quarter, man. I was going through a lot. You know how I be life and everything. A lot of stuff be going on. So, you know, you go through your spells, but then you know how it be, man. Music be your outlet. You know what I'm saying? And you can get life out through your music sometimes.
And so how does that usually get your inspiration there? Do you got a beat and you're like, oh, I got to put something over this beat? Or do you just got something to say and you're like, I got to find a beat? Or do you start writing stuff down and then figure it out?
It can go all kind of ways. Sometimes I may done wrote somewhere, I be done recorded a little sound bite on my phone, you know what I'm saying? Recorded something that I done sat there and came up with, sitting there chilling one day or something, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, record a concept, or majority of the time, dude, I just listen to a beat and the beat start talking and it just go down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I get my mind right. You know how we do. Well, you know what we do and vibe, and shit goes down, man. I'm just vibe. I let the beat do the thing. I let the beat let me know what's going on majority of the time, though. I ain't going to tell you nothing crazy. And them people I got in my head, I told you it's like 9 of them. So it's like, man, I got 9 different stories to tell if you ask me.
Well, that's the thing, is a lot of people have that because of different parts of their lives they've lived, or different, you know, parts of their lives they hold on to, or still have it, you know, like have there, you know, like I think you and I talked about this, and a lot of people, you know, that's the thing that's different about me and you compared to a lot of music artists that I have on the show. is that we actually met in person. You know what I mean? So
righteous.
You, Melissa Rose, there's a couple of people that I met in person, but for the most part, it's through social media, through things like that, learning to relate. Just kind of like you said, you know, kindred spirits, that just that energy that pulls you together with certain people that you recognize are doing the work, are out there, you know, kind of similar
man,
ways that they're approaching life that they can relate to, you know.
Yeah, that road trip you did, yo, that was insane, yo. My man's pulled up on me, yo. Whoa, my man's pulled up on me. I was just like on the phone with him, like he was over, like, you know, West Coast all the way over there, you know what I'm saying? And next day, you know, he said, I might be coming your way, yo. I'm road tripping. And he was doing the show out the vehicle. He going mobile with him, my dog.
Hey, it's fun doing it that way when you can get around, get to the beach, do some beach camping, you know, sit there, do some voiceovers from the beach and drive up to Atlanta, see some friends, hang out for a couple of days. You know, that's what's fun about that lifestyle. But then at the same time, just like, you know, I got to get to work. And so it's hard to be as productive, you know, because you're either on the road trying to plan what's next, doing, you know, instead of I'm stationary, I'm ready to work again, you know, and that's the thing is like bringing back interviews, bringing back a lot more content because it's another level thing. It's time to go to the next level. And so now I have to be stationary to do that for a little while. And so I've accepted that.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like about all of us trying to take it to the next level. And
it's one of those lifestyles you can do if you want. You know, a digital nomad, if you're able to make money on the internet and use your laptop, you could do it and, you know, go travel around all over the world, you know. And one thing that was keeping me here was the acting here in Denver. But at the same time, like it's something I can pursue later on down life, or knowing where to go, certain places I can see. You know, I've found some great spots when I went down to like Florida up to Atlanta that I'll go back again, you know. And so that's what I like about Atlanta is I love the energy in the city. I like being there, and I like the people there because it's a very, very diverse atmosphere. And you pretty much, as a city, it's pretty centrally located. It's four hours to the beach. It's 4 hours to, you know, other major cities. You know, it's not that far from New Orleans. It's a central flight area for everywhere, and it's the hip hop music hub. And you're putting out your music first to a lot of those people around that area. And so you got to have your game turned up a little bit and have some confidence as well to do that. You know, it's not everybody think, oh, I got this song, and then they don't put it out. Like put your damn music out, no matter what.
Right. And that's the name of the game, man. I mean, like we said before, man, it's a business, you know. It's like also, you know, not only do people like to do it, like me myself, you know, it's just it's a business too, man. It's a hustle, bro. It's like, come on, man. The most successful rappers and entertainers we know out there, they're pretty much go getters. If they don't have a strong ass team behind them, they out there going and do it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
You see these comedians? Comedians are never home. Comedians are on the go all the time. One city, 2 nights, next city, 2 nights, next city. And in the meantime, they're doing new jokes, right? New stuff, new content.
New material, right.
You're on the road. Musicians, if you want to make your money, you got to go on the road. You got to tour. You got to play live shows. You got to make that move. You know, like NF, if you're not familiar with NF, you know, he's started doing small shows. Now he's doing arenas, and pretty soon he's going to be packing huge stadiums, you know. But it's a grind. It's a huge grind. You got to be willing to face that grind and have the time and make the sacrifices, you know, because there's going to be a lot of things that you're not going to be able to do because you're going to be so enthralled into your music.
Right. That's the truth, though. You're going to have to give it to it. You're going to have to get to the music, too. You're going to have to get to the music because it's very demanding. The music is very demanding, man. And like I said, man, the music.
I think it's underestimated. I think people underestimate what it takes to put into a good song or like to create something like that, because you could sit down and write a poem, but that doesn't make it a song. And you can sit down and write a haiku, and you can sit down and have a nice beat, and you still don't have a song, you know. And there's just so much to it to make a good song, because there's got to be meaning to it. There's got to be a good sound. And so when you hear so much music, you realize what a good sound is because it stands out.
Right. It ain't gonna just sound like everything else. Like you'll be like, damn it, man, what the like?
Those sound like haikus, man. And then it's just like, this is not hip hop, man. I want so much, you know. Like that's one thing I've always liked is like East Coast, even down south hip hop. You know, like real hip hop. It's all over the place, but it's getting lost in the mix, you know. And so that's when I hear it, I like to bring it back and tag it such. And it's kind of one of those things that it's like, a lot of people that are claiming what's rap is not hip hop, you know, and they're claiming that it's hip hop, but it's really rap. And it's, look, man, you got to understand the genres because you're disrespecting what hip hop really is. And so
righteous. I got
you. They want to get in it because they want to be a part of it and think they should be, but you're not, you know, like,
and then if you ask me, not the independent, but the commercial industry of the game don't make it no better because
they commercialize it to make it and then kind of
they don't make it no better because that's what they signing up, that's what they.
But that's the beauty of today, though. That's the beauty of today is that the way you can access your music, you don't have to listen to the radio, you don't have to do what they listen to what they tell you.
Off the grid, and you can go and download
the same Drake or Ariana Grande song 6 times within 2 hours.
You know, you go listen to DTongRadio. You can cut you on with some DTongRadio, get you some indie music. You can catch you a nice indie artist like Deezy Diablo on DTongRadio anytime. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Diva Fly. Come on, a whole bunch of different artists, man. They never heard of that. They grow to live. You know, grow to love. You know what I'm saying? It's music. That's the point.
No, and that's what I love about it is finding those good artists that. They want that spot. They just want a few extra people to listen to this, you know, their song. And that's what I'm here for, is to provide that platform and people like you that are willing to do the work as well. You know, like you help me out too. You share the show. You share things that I put out too. And, you know, so when artists do that, you can tell they're serious and they appreciate it as well, because I take a lot of people, get a lot of artists out there, but you know, the real ones that are retweeting, that are doing their thing too, because you can go to their social media and if they're not active, they're not serious. If they're active, you can tell how serious they are because they're trying to get people to listen to their shit.
Right. It's the hustle. It's the grind. If you don't grind, you don't eat. And
it's a fight for attention these days, man. It's hard to get. It's a fight for attention, and it's gone. Here and gone like that. You got to get it while you can.
Right. And who's to say I get up and get my music popping and somebody offers me a nice little something. Come on, man. You know what that's going to take? That's going to be signed up to a machine. That ain't because I'm not doing it. You know, that's something different. You see what I'm saying? But to get even something going and even get it right, I'm wanting to do it myself first. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't always trying to go knock down on the door. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out there and get it in, man. That's what we've been doing from the start anyway. It don't stop. If you're a grinder, you don't just, you know what I'm saying, wake up one day, I'm going to go grind, you know. Come on, bro. That shit's in you, not on you. You can't go put on a grinder shirt and you're a grinder.
Right. Nope.
They don't sell grinder shirts at Walmart or nowhere. You don't think they going to Walmart and buying grinder shirts. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's one thing is that it's always by action. You can always tell who the grinders and who the people actually doing the work are, because the work's out there and you can see it. It's in front of you. It's not talked about. It's not just, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's right there in front of you. You can tell. And a lot of people don't realize that it's so easy to read. Like, oh, really? Okay, well, how come this and how come that? How come this? Oh, well, because, and they got 16 excuses. But they're serious. They're putting it out there. They're doing their thing, and they're ready to go. Everybody has their ups and downs, but you can tell who's serious about their hobbies or making their hobbies into a lifestyle.
Righteous. And I understand that.
Here's what we're going to do, my man. I appreciate you coming on. I've got 2 more tracks that we're going to close it out with, and we're going to finish this up. But I appreciate you taking the time out again. Deezy Diablo everywhere. Deezy Diablo ATL on Twitter. Deezy Diablo on Instagram, YouTube, all over the digital and social universe. We're going to let you lead it out.
You already know.
Out the Mud I Made Cake and Water Brains are the next 2 tracks. Talk a little bit about both of those songs and then lead everybody out with however you want to do it.
Man, you already know, man. First off, Out the Mud I Made Cake is self-explanatory. Out the mud I made cake. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, cake is something everybody want. And if you can turn the mud into cake, you doing your thing, man. So I'll check that out.
Definitely a nice magic trick.
You already know, you know what I'm saying? Came up from bad breaks. If getting money's the protocol, it's game time jump ball. That's Out the Mud I Made Cake. And Water Brains, you already know, man. Good burning ganja song, man. Good ganja song, man. Go ahead and get your headband and your belly cush, mix that up, and I promise you got your Water Brains.
That was my man Deezy Diablo. You can check out his music on your favorite platforms. Check out the entire show with a few of his tracks in the middle of the show as well on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and more. Search DTongRadio. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. Share with your social networks. Appreciate you checking out the show.